Alright, we're here. We're watching the Dallas Junior Championships at Roger W. Little Disc Golf Course, other known as Founders Park in Dallas, Texas. I'm Cody Sanford, and I'm here with...
I'm Matt Martin.
That's right, man himself. This is Junior Disc Golf right here.
All over it.
All over it. Junior Disc Golf in Dallas. Get that. Come out, everyone.
It was a great course to have a kids event at.
Great course. A lot of short holes, but still long for these kids. Hole 1, 189 feet, par 3. We've got 5 competitors today. We've got Jonathan Miller, Peyton Pineda,
LJ Haggerton, Jack Martin.
That's right, and Braden Campbell. Now we've got 2 divisions. We've got the upper division, which is going to be Jonathan and Peyton. They're throwing from the long tee pads. Original layout, everything the same. And then we shortened up the tee pads for the younger kids, just so they can reach it, you know.
That was a good choice.
So you can see right there, they're throwing from the shorter tee pads, ripping it out there. Call that kid Jack the Ripper.
He's a good kid. Here's LJ. He's coming up to the plate. That one out there. They're still just shaking off their first hole jitters here. I'm sure this is the first time on camera for a lot of them.
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't know if it's affecting them. I feel like some kids, you know, they don't even realize. Like, they're just playing disc golf. I feel like kids don't think as much as we do, you know?
That's true. They're out there having fun.
Chilly out there. About lower 30s. Everybody's bundled up. Hands are probably numb. We added some hand warmers in the players pack, but I mean, hand warmers can only do so much, you know?
Yeah, I bundled my kid up with 72 layers of clothes that day.
72 layers.
Yeah. There he is right there. He looks like that kid out of the Christmas Story.
Oh, man. Yeah, you know, I think the goal was the more layers you have on, you know, these kids, they kind of throw erratically. So you got to be careful. And if you've got a lot of layers on and it just hits you, it's just going to bounce right off.
Yeah, it's just more of a safety issue than anything. There's LJ laying up that black wizard putter.
I mean, you saw Braden rip off the drive. Like, that kid can throw. That disc is hitting you. If you're wearing as many layers as Jonathan's wearing, I mean, Jack gets hit. I mean, he's like, did I get hit?
I would hate to get hit by one of those Braden flicks.
Oh,
that thing has got some power behind it.
Real power.
And they're just going to clean up hole 1. Here goes Braden dropping it in.
Get some good scores off the start. Jonathan had to look for it too. He, I think a little bit of nerves getting to him.
Yeah.
Peyton just didn't quite get far enough off the drive.
And here's Jack. He's still warming up. We were fresh out of the car on this one. Got here just in time.
Now you notice there, Matt's talking about. He said we are fresh out of the car. Matt is actually the dad of Jack. So we got a little bit of dad commentary going on.
The daddy caddy.
That's right. The daddy caddy himself. I don't know if I personally like calling you the daddy caddy, but
you all must refer to me as this.
Oh yeah. So for now on, if you see Matt Martin out there, and I'll point him out so you know.
Please do that.
Call him the daddy caddy.
Please do that. Oh, this is a great hole up on the hill there, shooting down to this basket. What a great look.
I would say it's one of the aceable holes, even for these kids.
Definitely.
You see that basket, see that flight, all perfectly executed by a drone, courtesy of Black KITE. We got the go-ahead. He said we could use his drone footage, and I mean, it just took this video to the next level. So
yeah, that Michael Brink guy, man, he's one of the best guys in DFW.
Great guy. You got to check out his channels. Check out his channel. Check out his videos. Go subscribe to him. I'll put his link in the description below. He flies through disc golf courses, gives them reviews, and he's got other content on there as well. Other things you can watch.
Oh yeah. Here we have the younger division.
Sure.
Letting off their drives.
Jack the Ripper ripping it down there.
Sticking one.
It's gonna be a hard putt. but he's up there
Braden, laying up, setting up for the putt.
for sure. Jonathan for the 2.
Oh, buddy, that's a good look right there. He likes those uphill putts like that. I mean, downhill rather.
Yeah. Uphill, downhill, all the same.
He likes them all.
I mean, he puts them all in there. You know.
That is so true. Man, that kid's gonna go somewhere.
Now, Jonathan's actually my student. We have a program called Kid Crushers. That's who's running the tournament. We do tournaments once a month. Hold up. I just saw a kid throw it into the heart of the chain, and mind you, this kid is what, 5 years old?
You ripped it in there. You know, you got to put this in perspective because these kids are only 4 or 5 feet tall, not quite 5 feet, but they're 20 feet out. That's 40 feet to them.
Yeah, I mean they got like 3-inch arms, man.
Exactly.
You can't throw very far with T-Rex arms. You know what I'm saying?
Hard to scratch your back. It's hard to do anything.
Dude.
Jonathan lining it up.
You think of Eagle McMahon, right?
Mm-hmm.
That kid's lanky.
Sure.
And that's why he throws far. That's what I feel like. Now,
there's a lot of James Conrad.
Yeah.
Sure.
Paul McBeth, he's a little stout dude. He's not as lanky, but he throws far. He's definitely up there.
Speaking of Eagle, Braden, that's his favorite pro, Eagle McMahon.
Eagle McMahon. Playing BPO this weekend, not far from here.
That's true. I'm hoping to go watch that.
Hole 3, par 3. This one's a rip for these guys.
Uphill. I don't know if those tree stumps are still there.
No, they're not. This footage was taken a little earlier. You can see they were actually painted with red. They were planning to take them out. I don't know how they did it.
Okay.
Probably a hammer and a chisel. But
could have been heavy machinery. Who knows?
Maybe. I doubt it, but probably a hammer and a chisel. But, OB behind the basket. They don't want to throw it too hard, throw it too far, but I don't think these guys have thrown quite that far.
You know what else I think really worked is the 2 older kids having their own tee pad really made them, in competition with each other, and they really started to focus on beating one another. And
for sure, and just to give a little backstory on this, Jonathan and Peyton are rivals.
Mm-hmm.
They are out for blood, although they are also good friends. They want to win, and Jonathan has beaten Peyton every single time so far. So Peyton really wants to take it, and Jonathan's feeling the pressure. He's got to defend his championship.
Yeah. And I from what I believe, Peyton's been putting in the work with his dad, practicing, and he really wants it.
Yeah, it's actually, and it shows right there.
There it is, yeah. That's practice. That's
about a 30-foot putt. 30, 35 feet long putt.
Yeah, that's a long one for these guys.
You were mentioning, so LJ has the same dad. You tell their dad must work with them a lot because they're both very well-rounded players, both very good players.
Yeah, I think their mom's also heavily into disc golf.
Disc golf family. Count me in there. Can they adopt me?
Yeah, you got to bring home your own food though.
But I was talking to Peyton's dad, and he was telling me that they practice a lot because they get up to that East Coast, and man, those kids are fierce out there. I mean, they throw
East Coast. Oh, Vermont. Is that what you're talking about?
Vermont, just all of that. Like it's just USDGC in Vermont. Yeah.
Yeah, Peyton and LJ are planning on playing that this year.
It's fierce. Like these kids throwing 400 feet.
That's ridiculous.
Like 10 years old.
Impressive.
And you know what? One day I just woke up and I said I'm tired. So I decided we were going to start junior disc golf league, and we're all together collectively.
I thought you were tired of not throwing 400 feet.
Well, yeah. Peyton, the 2 there, pulling ahead by 1 stroke, -1. Hole 4, it's a long one. Par 3.
OB on the left, OB short.
Probably plays like 300 feet. Gonna be more of a par 4 for us.
Yeah, that's a good call.
It's a par hole. We didn't have pars incorporated this tournament, but we do it the next tournament. Sure. Next tournament's gonna be at sorry.
I've always felt that par is really just whatever the best person scored.
For sure. Par is just something to make you feel better.
That's true. Look at that skyline, my goodness.
I had to zoom in on that one.
That's a beautiful shot.
They were actually talking behind me about the city skyline, and I was like, I mean, what better place, what better hole to throw on for the Dallas Junior Championship than that one, the city skyline.
Perfect. Picturesque.
I don't know if I'll keep all the tournaments the same name, same everything, but this one's definitely going to have to be a repeat.
You know, it was this hole that I really realized just how close Jonathan and Peyton are in skill level.
For sure.
Throw for throw, they match each other.
I would say it's kind of like a Ricky Wysocki and Paul McBeth competition going on.
It is a little bit. They both have just a massive amount of skill.
You know, I believe Jonathan bases a lot of his style off of Ricky Wysocki.
Okay.
You notice his putting. Got a sick forehand. I don't think he uses it a whole lot in this tournament just because force sets up for his backhand.
Fun fact here, Jonathan Miller's favorite pro is Jeremy Colling, but a close second and coming up quick is Emerson KITE.
That's a Denton boy right there.
Well, he claimed that as his home course at one point, I believe.
At one point, are you the new claimer? Are you saying something?
Well, Denton's always
going to be home
course.
Do we need to get Emerson out here?
Denton's always going to be home course, I think.
Man. My home course is actually Harry Myers, home of Nick Hyde.
Ooh, nice. Here comes Jonathan. A little wide.
Those nerves. So at this point, Peyton's ahead.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be thinking Jonathan's probably feeling the nerves.
I bet it's in his head, yeah. Can't let that stuff get in your head. You gotta play your game.
Talk about this lower division. Not lower in skill, but lower in age.
That's correct.
Great kids. I mean, you had a couple years on. I would say all these kids are not probably. These are the professionals of their age.
Of their age. That's a good way to put it, yeah.
You had those years on, and they're just as good as Paul McBeth and all that.
But they're still learning, and we take these opportunities in these tournaments to show them, when they break a PDGA rule or when they step up and just bash their distance chain instead of
breaking PDGA rule. He just walks it into there. No problem. We're all having fun.
And I did take the time to sit there and let him know that's not how we do it. This is how we got to do it. We're here for fun, but also we have to follow the rules.
For sure. Gotta teach them. They gotta learn somehow. We don't sanction our events right now. I'd look to do that in the future, but I mean, it's just about learning. It's just about learning. Hole 5, par 3, 162 feet. You don't want to go right. Roll down that hill, it's trouble.
Treacherous over there with those trees.
Say that the play would be play off the fence face.
Yeah, just throw a little overstable and let it hit right into that fence and settle next to the basket. That's what you want to do.
Talking about that lower division, Braden, the lead is in the lead, one stroke.
Yeah.
LJ real close behind. Both of these guys defending champions in their division of last month. Braden actually he plays in the 8-9 division. LJ plays in the 6-7 division, and he actually won that one last month.
Yep.
With 6 kids total in the division.
That was a good show.
One, be it, including the 6-7 Junior World champion.
Yeah.
Elam Rose.
That's right, Elam Rose.
He beat him, and Elam is not an easy kid to beat.
No, he is
Very
not.
good player. So we've got a lot of competition. And Jack the Ripper, we like to call him, following real close beat.
A little wide there, but he's going to make it up. Here comes Jack, looking at his 3-putt. That's a long look.
Going to be a hard one. Uphill. Potential for roll away.
A lot of roll away here. There could be just a horrible roll away. Good putt.
Jack says, roll into the basket.
Ripped it in there.
And Jack the Ripper, once again, ripping it in the jacket.
Into the basket.
He does have a lot of jackets on.
That's
that
true.
is noted, but Jonathan.
I was afraid he was going to rip a jacket.
Nice. No. I'm guessing that's happened before with how hard he throws.
That was a great putt. These guys, these 2 older kids, just putting machines.
And you say the older kids, but in perspective, talking about LJ right here. I mean, he's a great putter as well.
Yeah.
And I've seen Jack, a little bit of misrelease. Jack is also a great putter. He's just not as consistent, I would say.
Correct.
He's made some really good putts, missed some putts. And then Braden, he's still working on his putt, but he's a great putter as well. Definitely has the distance out of the other kids. We actually worked on his putting after the round. I see him as a potential world champion.
Yeah, and that right there, that's what separates the KITE Crushers from other organizations or other clubs. Taking the time to teach these kids and lead these kids in the right direction and the direction that we want to take disc golf in the future.
It's taken too long to have some kids.
Yeah,
we're just now seeing, Junior World Championship really become something big. It's always been around, really become something big.
Well, disc golf in itself is such a new sport. It takes time and it takes effort, and that's what I'm so thankful about KITE Crushers, the effort that's put in.
Thank you.
I'm talking about KITE Crushers, not you.
Oh, okay.
Just kidding.
I do a little bit. I do a little bit every once in a while.
Yeah, you do.
Here and there. Like this video. Took about 12 hours editing.
That was a bad roll away. Did you see that one?
Yeah, skipped off the sidewalk. Now
that's not going to be OB, is that correct?
No, sir. So the younger kids, they don't have any OB, except for like the street, because that's a safety hazard.
Makes sense.
Oh man. Oh no.
Oh no.
A lot of potential for roll away on a lot of these holes because of the hills. Hard to find in Dallas and Texas, really.
Yeah, you really got to measure risk reward on these putts around here.
And then the older kids, I was saying, they do have OB sidewalk.
Okay.
Unless stated otherwise.
There's a little up shot from LJ. And we got Braden over here. He's going to have to make a good recovery here. A little short, but it's okay.
I think you just rushed that one a little bit. You got to take your time on every shot. Really think out.
Jack trying to trick shot between the trees. Here comes Peyton. Got a good look. Nice wide open. A little short. Jack's going to try to save it.
Oh no! So that one that was for the 3.
Yeah.
Jonathan's getting up there for his 3 as well. Make it, and he takes that stroke back.
Great putt.
That tied up, right? That might close it within 1 stroke.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's either one or they're
We'll have to see. They're definitely close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jack's such a ham. Love that kid.
He's a good sport.
He is a good sport.
Whole round telling you, good job. Asking about your discs. He's asking about you. He just wants to make friends. I feel like that's what he's out there to do.
He is.
But you know deep down inside, he's out there to win as well. For sure, as they all are.
It was funny, when we started the day, that's what Jack had mentioned, that he wanted to beat LJ.
Mm.
So he came to with a determined attitude.
For sure.
We'll see if it pans out for him in the end.
I know. Okay, so Jonathan's now 1 stroke behind Peyton. So it's close. Definitely close. Hole 7, 200 feet. Downhill. It's going to play more like 100 feet. Probably a putter shot. Mid-range. Really overstable driver. Just looking to hit that hill and kind of roll down there. Now the older kids, they have that path. Long and
that's going to
go there. Yeah.
This is one of my favorite holes on this course. I love the downhill look.
Everybody loves throwing downhill. we spun. You don't have to put much on the disc, and it just floats all the way down there, maybe into the basket. See? Not a chance.
Oh, and that's going to be OB, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Buddy.
Jonathan's not going to be happy about that one.
Okay.
Skipped off a rock.
Oh, man.
B.O.B.
That's unlucky. There's
So,
Peyton giving a good crush.
you're new to disc golf. You go OB. OB meaning out of bounds. Go past the certain area, just like a pathway. And you have to walk it back in, and you have to take a stroke to put it back. And imagine it like picking up the disc and putting it back in bounds. Stroke, and you throw from there. And you're throwing three. So Jonathan's throwing three.
Right.
He doesn't have an easy putt. So.
That was a good little hole those kids found on this lower division.
Oh, yeah.
The right side gap. That was a great hole.
Younger kids are playing from a different tee pad. And shorter, giving them an opportunity to get some twos. Jack actually taking a two earlier. I don't know if we mentioned it, but he took a two on.
He was talking about that on the ride home.
I mean, I set them up for kids to get twos, but I'm going to be honest. I didn't really expect for someone to take the twos.
Well, you know, putting is just so inconsistent with these kids.
Very.
It's hard to be consistent as a kid and putting.
I think Jack found a butterfly or something on the ground.
Who knows?
I don't know.
All right, here he goes. He's going to lay it up.
Oh,
no way.
Well, you know.
That's right.
I mean, maybe his thought process was to roll it down the hill.
Maybe he's got a plan here, yeah.
You know.
All right, here's Peyton. Giving a good, this is going to be a birdie right here.
Peyton to take 2 strokes on Jonathan. Jonathan just laid it up in the basket.
He goes. Okay.
Now I feel like he was probably playing safe.
Yeah,
right
I think you're right.
A lot of potential for roll away. He just watched Jack go all the way down into the valley of death down there.
And watched Jonathan go out of bounds.
Yeah.
So I think that was a smart play.
So he knew, regardless if he puts it right in the basket, he's getting a stroke. For sure.
Oh, what a putt, LJ.
Look at
What a putt, LJ. Here's Braden's. He's going to see if he can do it too.
Something notable is sometimes I feel like it's not as much about making the putt, but the celebration after. And LJ shows good celebration.
He does, man.
He throws up, I think, like 2 peace signs or something.
You
points to the sky, and that's what it's about.
I think when you celebrate, it just raises your confidence on the next shot even more.
For sure.
Celebrate within reason. You don't want to be
within reason. Don't be a jerk.
Oh, hey.
Oh, what?
That's definitely in his range. He could have had that one.
He was just rushing.
Yeah.
Didn't think about it. It's hard. It's not practice. Every shot counts.
That's right. Competition.
You gotta put it in there. Jonathan, 1 stroke behind Peyton. Peyton had the chance to take a stroke, but did not capitalize.
Tight race in that lower division.
Very tight.
Within a stroke.
Yes, so Braden currently at +6. Following behind him, LJ at +8. Jack at +9. Separation total 3 strokes. All these kids, all great players, we're coming up on a 2 for them. They're going to be off to the right. Still have the hill in play. They got to get it up high. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of hill. There's a lot of roll away on this basket.
A lot of roll away. It's hard. It's hard to get up there.
Yep. Here comes Jonathan. He's gonna crush it like he likes to do.
Now what is he throwing?
Little turnover.
I heard that you talked to him.
That one, I think that one right there with how much it turned over probably is truth. He likes throwing that truth. I'm not sure if he would throw that off the drive. The other one he likes to throw off the drive is the boss.
I think it looked like it had kind of a flight of the boss.
Oh, you thought, huh?
I think so. I didn't know exactly what he had in his bag, but I think that's his boss. He's gotten a couple new discs.
Yeah.
Boss, that's a high speed disc.
My goodness, yeah.
And he turned it a little bit.
Yeah, he turned it.
Now Jonathan, he's my student. Practice. I get to know his bag a little bit. I do know he throws a lot of lightweight discs.
That's probably a factor.
But
That's a good factor.
he's getting to that power in that age where they're kind of getting away from the lightweight. Getting
Yeah.
too big,
You know,
too strong.
that's something I had to learn was a constant shifting of discs in my bag as my skill and everything developed. You're constantly finding that next disc that's just perfect for you.
As well as the harder, especially when you're learning, you're growing really rapidly. As you grow and you get more powerful, your discs are also getting more understable because they're
Sure,
beating in.
sure, yeah, right.
So not only are you turning them over more, but they're also getting more
More
understable.
flippy, yeah.
So it's hard. You got to keep fresh discs in there. Get some good plastic.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to buy them. You can always show up at the tournament, and we give out tons of prizes. I'm sure
That's
you'll leave
right.
with a disc.
It's easy to leave with a prize at the Kid Crushers.
Oh yeah. I think my problem is I enjoy too much giving out prizes.
Oh yeah.
And
It's like Christmas, yeah. You get to be Santa.
It's hard because sometimes I give out too many prizes. Sometimes I find myself giving out of my own bag, and I'm like, wait a second.
I've been there.
I throw that.
Yeah.
You look for it the next day, and you're like, oh, that's right.
Yeah, I try to justify it, by it's kids. They're gonna get a good use out of it.
But it all comes down to too. You just gotta. It's about. You can't just give everything away. They gotta.
Look at that, Jack getting a discount. Fortunately.
Right. They're only changing Jack, taking the only 4. Going back by 1 stroke, so everybody's separated by 2 strokes in the lower division.
Good stuff.
Alright. Long one.
This was a beast of a hole. It's a crusher.
Long one. No OB for either division. That sidewalk I felt like was just going to be too controversial, too hard to understand. Just took it out of play.
Good move.
344 feet. Could be called par 5.
Probably so,
far.
yeah. Oh yeah.
A little bit of problems. We were using a not the best camera on the market, so it had some problems here and there. Looks like Braden took a 5, moved 1 stroke with the John, and the upper division they didn't move at all. They both got a 4 on the hole, and that means that Peyton is still 1 stroke in the lead.
This was a great hole. This was a testing hole for these guys.
Now I wonder, do you think that they thought about that water right off the tee pad?
I mean, I can't see how they couldn't think about it. It's right there. It's a lot of casual water.
A lot of casual water. Now,
On this
not
side of the
OB,
hill.
however, I don't know if you're getting your disc back, not without some muddy feet.
Yeah, but then also you're having to play behind that huge puddle. Here goes Peyton getting straight up the gut. Oh, a little short. Here we have the younger division.
Up the hill. It's still a far throw for them.
Yeah, I like that shot. That's pretty technical for them.
Something they're probably not used to, throwing straight uphill.
Yeah, and they have some guardian trees left and right.
For sure, it's no given shot. You gotta think what you're doing.
Exactly.
Gotta be smart.
Or just confident like this little guy. Look at him. All the confidence in the world.
I mean,
Boom.
they don't call him Jack the Ripper for nothing. Telling you, we need to get that guy a shirt.
Peyton's going to do a recovery right here.
Look at his form. Look.
Excellent.
I mean,
just spot on. Oh, buddy.
So spot on that it hits the pole and rolls down the hill.
Oh, no.
Jonathan, can he do it?
That was his drive, right?
That was his drive.
Okay.
He's licking his chops. Wanting to take a stroke back.
Yeah. Good putt.
He does. He does.
God, that's a long putt.
Under pressure.
Yeah, this kid, Jonathan, he'll show up to our putt nights that we have. And
Nortex Disc Golf.
Yeah,
Shout him out.
Nortex
Sponsor
Disc
2
Golf.
holes.
That's right. He'll show up in the juniors division, but he'll end up 2nd or 3rd place in the men's open division. It's insane.
We actually, I caddied him for Trophy Club Open. Played against 2 other kids. Asher is out there. He's
Oh,
a
yeah.
really good player.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, I counted how many putts Jonathan made inside the circle during the round, and out of 36 holes inside the circle, he only missed one.
Really? All day, huh?
All day.
My
I mean,
goodness.
talk to Ricky
There you
Wysocki,
go.
talk to Paul McBeth. They would like that.
Yeah, no joke. That was a good
For
putt from Braden
themselves.
right there.
And granted, they're great putters, but
Yeah,
that's professional
that's
level.
impressive.
For a 10-year-old.
Yeah, you just don't
11
see
now,
that.
but 10 at the time.
You just don't see that everywhere.
Heck, I'm not that good.
Yeah, exactly.
Hard to
And-
teach a kid who's better at you than putting.
Yeah, I can imagine.
All right, Jonathan taking 2 strokes on this hole, putting himself 1 stroke in the lead.
That was a commanding hole. You got
Peyton kept it the whole time, and 2 holes left in the round. Jonathan takes 1 stroke. Peyton get it back. Question: Does
Right.
Peyton walk up, shake off that last hole, and just park this? Now 223 feet, trees in the way, relatively low ceiling, chunk.
It's a tough hole. It's a long hole for these guys.
But Boss would definitely be the disc to get there.
Yeah, Johnson's gonna crush one out there.
Got to keep the pressure on. Tosses it up there.
Little Anheuser play going around that tree.
You have to think
That's a
that
good shot.
got a little lucky.
You're probably
there,
right.
But great shot. Great shot. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, he's been there. He knows. So here's Peyton. I think they had a longer drive than us did it that day.
And what is Peyton throwing?
Peyton is throwing. That might be the Cobra.
Cobra.
Yeah.
It's a good disc. So you're telling me
It might
that
be
this
a lightweight
guy
one.
on a 243-foot hole is throwing a mid-range?
He might be throwing the lightweight mid-range. I'm not sure.
I think I remember distinctly right before he threw, his dad said, "You want to grab a driver?" Peyton thought about it and then said no and ripped it down there so hard the disc turned over.
You know, I always appreciate that when, you know, as daddy caddies, we try to do our best and give the
Now,
best.
Here we go with the daddy caddies again,
But these kids, they know what they're doing. They know what feels right.
for sure. And sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong.
Yep. And you got to let the kids figure it out.
Sounds about like my love life. I'm wrong all the time.
My goodness.
I'm wrong all the time. There's no right.
You poor guy.
Even when you're right, you're wrong.
Yeah, well, at least you're not married.
Yep.
Here that gets worse.
Oh no.
There goes Braden. That was a good run from Braden.
All right. It really needs to make this. Put the pressure on Jonathan.
Yeah,
Jonathan's
this.
up there closer. Oh, hits the cage.
What a run.
It's the cage, man.
That would have been saying something right back to Jonathan on that.
I
one.
mean, man,
Jack lining it up, taking his
you
time.
might as well have been looking at Jonathan well.
Yeah.
Great putt. Under pressure. LJ
Ooh.
trying to get that stroke back.
Turning the hat back. We're just getting serious, buddy.
The hat back. Help him.
Hmm.
Now I think the problem was there was too much sun.
Too
in
much
his
sun.
eyes.
Yeah, that
Too
makes
much
sense.
sun.
There is two, right?
242 feet.
Oh,
I think he knew it. I think he knew he could take a commanding lead.
yeah, I'm sure that was a pressure
He
putt.
crumbled. I mean, we're talking about the kid who gets second at putt night
Right.
and makes every putt inside the circle except for one
Yep.
on 36 holes. I think, you know, these kids usually aren't playing tournaments against other kids. They're usually by themselves or they're playing against a really young kid in
Or
PGA
family.
tournaments. And that's what we're trying to change. We're trying to get those kids out there playing against other kids, giving them that pressure, getting them that practice. Because those kids out in the Northeast, we can't let them keep on trampling all over Texas like this.
I hear Oregon's got a pretty good scene too on kids disc golf.
But Texas, I mean, we're Texas.
Yeah, it's the biggest state in the union.
I was waiting for universe, and I was like, now
there
wait
you
a second. I don't know if that makes sense. All right, so
Yeah,
we
clean it
finished
up.
up here. Jonathan +1, Peyton +2, Braden 9,
God, that's a tight race in that older division.
LJ 10, Jack 16. Now
That's a
don't be
tight race
fooled.
down there too.
Jack may be 6 strokes behind, but I mean, you never know.
They don't call him Jack the Ripper for nothing.
They don't call him Jack the Ripper. All right, like, subscribe, and come back in the next round. Thanks once again, Black Kite, for all the awesome footage. I mean, this was fun.
We'll see you then.